Hello there, Hendrick Honda of Charlotte. This is Coach Stephanie with part 2 of your mystery shop. I submitted a request via the Hendrick website on May 19th at 1:59 p.m. I received an email in my inbox at 3:01 p.m. and received a phone call at 3:52 p.m. from Joseph. Joseph, be sure that you call the customer in less than 15 minutes. Grab control of the call and use the script so that you can schedule an appointment and get them to your dealership. If you can't get an appointment, go for a tentative time. Schedule a phone follow-up at the very least, but never depend on them to call you back. Once you get off the phone, send them a follow-up email within less than 15 minutes of speaking to them so that you can continue building rapport and get them information that they very well may not have written down while you were on the phone. You want to be sure that your email has an attention-grabbing subject line. Thank them for their time on the phone. Confirm next steps and remind them of whatever you agreed to during your phone conversation, which should be a phone follow-up at the very least. Be sure the email is free of spelling and grammatical errors. Give them a value statement about your dealership so that you stand apart from the competition and have a complete signature file. However, since you sent an email before I had spoken to you, that is the one that I graded. Taking a look at that email, it did go into my inbox. However, it did come well over a little over an hour later. We want to be sure that we get the email out within less than 15 minutes. You want to be sure that the email validates the customer's decision of vehicle by giving positive words and industry information. However, you did do a good job of having an attention-grabbing subject line that was clear what it was about and who it was from. Also, you want to be sure that you give information on the exact vehicle that the customer had inquired on. It could be a link specifically back to that vehicle. It could be features or information about the Carfax. But be sure to give information on the exact vehicle that they inquired on. The email is free of spelling and grammatical errors. But be sure that you address availability. Let them know if the vehicle that they inquired about is in fact available at your dealership. You do have a complete signature file that does have a link to your website as well as a link to your email address. I would be able to go look at additional vehicles or additional price quotes. But I want you to be sure that you give a value statement like the one you gave in your email in your phone call. You did a great job of giving a couple of different things that could be considered a value statement. You let me know that you were the volume leader the past 10 years in a row because of your large selection of lowest prices, and that you're part of the Hendrick Automotive Group and have 70 locations available. That's information that's valuable to the customer because it tells them you're going to be able to find them the vehicle that best suits their needs. So you want to be sure that you not only give that information in the phone call, but mention something like that in the phone call as well. I'm sorry, that you not only want to give it in the email, but mention it in the phone call as well. Also, you want to be sure that you set the expectation that they're going to be getting a future phone call. You never want to just depend on them to call you back, and you don't want to just tell the customer to please contact you. Mention to them that if you don't hear from them, that you will be calling them. So be sure that you set that expectation. Like I said, your email is free of spelling and grammatical errors, and you do have a complete signature file. Now I just need you to be sure that you grab control of the call and use the script. Work on your timing, and be sure to send that follow-up email out within less than 15 minutes of speaking to the customer. Remember, timing is everything. Most customers are going to purchase within 72 hours of shopping online, and you want to be the first person to get them on the phone, schedule an appointment, and get them to your dealership. So keep up the hard work and keep practicing. Your secret code for today is timing. Timing, timing. Have a great day and keep practicing.